Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Final Fantasy draft here on the channel. Our rare, which is the card that we like to look at first, is not a playable card in the format. You can very occasionally put it into a deck if you already have tons of life gain synergies, but it's generally just not worth it because it's kind of finicky to use and life gain is not really a supported archetype. There's a couple of life linkers, a couple of cards to gain you life, but generally you're going to be at your best if you just leave this card on the sidelines. There is also Summon Anima, which is a very powerful uncommon. It draws you a lot of cards and gives you a great control finisher, so I like that one as an option. There's a couple of multicolored cards. Zidane is very strong, and Ignis Scientia is also a really nice card. I will say, though, that starting with a multicolored card leaves you more inflexible because they only fit into one color combination instead of Summon Anima, which fits into four. So we're going to start with Summon Anima as a nice top-end card. The presence of a card like Summon Anima in the format does mean that if you're trying to draft a more like aggressive focused deck, you need to make sure you close the game because there are such powerful card draw effects that you are going to fall behind if you aren't careful. Now, in this pack, there's a couple of cards that I want to note. For starters, Dragoon's Lance is absolutely fantastic, really strong uncommon. There is also Side Quest Hunt the Mark, which is another really strong uncommon, but because it's the same color as my Summon Anima, I'd rather take this one because having two black cards is better than having one black card and one white card if it's similar power levels, because that means that now if I see another pack that has a good black card, I can really start to just get into my lane and figure that out. In the commons, there is Dragoon's Wyvern, which is a really powerful common, probably the best common in the set to take, and so even though there's a white Auracite, which is a removal spell, I would take the Dragoon's Wyvern. The rare is pretty solid, but not as good as the side quest, I don't think. And then the UFO is a card that might wheel, and I'll keep that in mind if a Town's deck seems viable, because that's the sort of card that if you see it second, you can sometimes get it like eighth. Okay, so we have Summon Anima and we have Side Quest Hunt the Mark, two very powerful enchantments. And in this pack, we see Ishgard the Holy Sea, which is a card that can get back enchantments and artifacts from your graveyard to your hand, which is pretty interesting. So Faith and Grief being the spell mode of this land, which is very powerful. The black card in the pack, so as we said, we already have two black cards. We want to get another black card if possible to get deeper into black. Unfortunately, it's not very good. Phaidon is probably going to wheel out of this pack. I play one copy in my deck sometimes, but it's not a huge priority. Ishgard, however, is really good with the cards we have. If we somehow mill over these cards, we can get them back. Because they are both enchantments, and that's really nice. This one even will go to the graveyard on its own. So really nice card there. There is also a land, which is powerful. And then worth noting that we see Giat, King of the Dwarves, so a really good red-white card. So if black doesn't seem open, maybe we can switch over to red-white at some point. Okay, pick 4. We see another very powerful card, another powerful red-white card, the Zidane, once again. Black, again, does not have a great card in this pack. There's Fight On, again, so not a huge black signal. So black might be getting cut off, and we might have to abandon ship on that front. There isn't really a good white card in this pack, so even though we're seeing like Zidanes and the Giats, the fact that white isn't that open could just mean that the person passing to me is playing like black-white or something like that, and doesn't actually have the red-white isn't actually that open. Call the Mountain Chocobo is solid. I might just take Ignis Scientia, because if I can get into a green deck that can splash around a lot, I could actually splash all of the cards that I'm currently playing. So that's something to consider. And I think it's a viable option. Retrieve the Esper is also a totally solid card and would probably be my second pick out of the pack, though I think the Ignis Scientia pick is totally valid as well. Now we see Samurai's Katana. It is becoming very clear that this red-white deck is open, I think, and this is a card that I really do think is worth prioritizing. Red-white, I am 5 picks in, and I've already passed a ton of the good red-white cards. It's like I've already kind of, like, because of the, like, if I'd started with Samurai's Katana, and that card's a little bit more flexible than some of the multicolored red-white cards, it could have been a little bit better for me. At this point, I might not even be able to get into the archetype. Diamond Weapon, however, is a card that I could potentially use. Really giant creature, hard to answer in combat, of course. And then there's Thunder Magic as a kill spell. I might just take the Thunder Magic. Let's just take Diamond Weapon, actually. I could still be playing green-black, and I don't need to get into red just yet. Okay, now there is Sephiroth's Intervention, pick 6. That's a pretty late time to see a Sephiroth's Intervention, so I think that's a nice one. I am streaming this live on Twitch, so sometimes I'll answer questions from Twitch chat if they ask something pertinent. And I was asked, is the Katana better than the red removal? I think the Katana is better if you're an aggressive deck. The cards that I had were currently leaning towards being like a late game control deck where I'd rather have the removal spell. Here, though, Sephiroth's Intervention is great. Goes with the 2 black cards I already have. Even though black is getting a little bit cut off, it would seem, I still think this is worth taking. There is Realms Sketching. Double blue might be a little hard to manage, but we will see if blue continues to flow. There is also a Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum, which is solid, a Grand Pulse Ochi, which is solid. Okay, now pick 7. I think could be a good time to get a town, to go with maybe a town's strategy. There is Grahatia for a black-white deck. There is also Scorpion Sentinel as an early game creature. Red is the one color I don't really care about right now. White, not either. So I would want to be, if this was a Sultai land, I'd probably snap it up, but instead I think I'll just take the Scorpion Sentinel over the Heck Dies. Though Heck Dies is my main color. Maybe I just take the Heck Dies for consistency purposes. Yeah, I like that. Okay, Random Encounter, not a card I'm a big fan of. There is a Weapons Vendor. That's a pretty reasonable one sometimes. I don't love the Airship. Maybe I'll just take Blitzball. It seems like it could fit my strategy. There's also I could just be a black-white deck, I guess. We could see if that works. I don't think I'm going to miss out on a Blitzball. And then we get a black-white land. We wield Zidane, which is kind of wild. Definitely a crazy thing to see. Excalibur, as you can see, our only life gain is from the Sephiroth's Intervention, which is not that uncommon. The land is great for us, though. And the UFO Wield. There is also a Summon Fat Chocobo, but if I am going to build a dedicated Towns deck, I'd rather have the UFO. And the only way I'm playing green is with a dedicated Towns deck at this point, I think. Also, getting an easy-to-cast 2-drop is nice. Plays well with like the Ishgard as well. Beautiful, we get a red-green land now. There is also Sandworm, but I could easily see us playing all of these colors. And now we get blue-red land. Call the Mountain Chocobo isn't my favorite here. So we're not definitely committed to towns. Oh my gosh, we got a Samurai's Katana, pick 13. That's kind of crazy. We don't need the adventurers in. Okay, pack 2. What do we care about here? Well, Travel the Overworld is a really good towns card. Moogle's Valor can be strong. We're not that heavy into white, though. I kind of want to just take Travel the Overworld over Chocobo. There's also an argument that we could just take like a red card. We don't have to be. We could just be a red-black deck still. We have a couple of cards that are best in towns like these two. Thunder Magic. Saz's Chocobo. Yeah, I'll just take the travel. I have been liking this deck a lot recently. Ooh, and now we can get a Xenarchond. This card's really, really strong. It's a land, but it's also, and that's a town, and it's also just a giant creature in the late game. I would love Cloud of Darkness. This card's also really strong. But I think this is a really powerful option to have in our deck. Especially if we can get some Chocobo kicks to bounce it back to our hand. Similarly with Ishgard, that's a good little combo. And this having both those will make us prioritize that higher. What's going to wheel? We might wheel Precious Wanderings from this pack. But overall, I think our deck is, it looks like a hodgepodge, and it kind of is, but we're kind of making it, we're going to make it work, I think. I have faith that this deck is going to end up being pretty solid. We might end up not having a ton of white in the deck, but I think we can make it work. And we are going to be prioritizing the towns, and having cards in all the colors makes those towns better. All of our cards are pretty reasonable so far. Weapons Vendor is probably the least likely to make the cut. Samurai's Katana. Getting one pick 13 is kind of crazy. Nobody really valued that at this table, it would seem. Now I think I can take Dreams of Laguna, or I could take Swallowed by Leviathan. Those are the two main options. I think I'll take the Swallowed by Leviathan. Sets up my draws. counter something. There's a white-black card. We could still technically just be a white-black deck, right? Like, we just abandon the random red cards we have. We just play like a white-black deck. And we could just take this guy for it. I've not been that impressed by white-black, but we could do it. And now we get a Vanille. I absolutely love Vanille. We are seeing a lot of red-white cards. It was weird. We like wheeled Zidane. We got Samurai's Katana pick 13. It's like nobody wants to draft red-white in this pod, which is kind of weird. Now we get Fang, I think, because we have this combo. Though I guess we don't really need that card. We could just take the town. This card doesn't really do that much in my deck unless I have Vanille specifically. So let's just take the town. A good default is to take the town. The Q-Kern Merchant's great. Evil Reawakened is also really strong. I think we'll take Evil Reawakened over the Q-Kern. I do like this card. I've been getting more reps with it. Red Green Land, Delivery Moogle. We don't really have any synergies with Moogle other than the UFO. This guy can go get equipment, so like the Samurai's Katana. Red Green, there's also Chocobo. And there's Ochu. I think we'll take the Ochu. We just want early game blockers, I think. And then there is Renoa Heartily, which is totally fine. I guess Namazu Trader's fine as well. Red-white land did wheel. Nice. Yeah, this would have been a great red-white seat. We'll see how this deck ends up doing. Okay, we'll take Stuck in Summoner Sanctum. It's a little cheaper than the Ice Magic. A little bit more permanent of an answer. Fire Magic would also be fine, I think. We wheeled Rufus. We wheeled Freya. Kind of crazy. This is a wild deck. Our deck could have been a lot better, I think. Yeah, like, our red-white deck could have been pretty sick, I think. We shall see how this turns out, though. Okay, there is a lot of cards in this pack that I'm interested in. We're not going to need any more late game. We've kind of got late game set up. We could take Vane's Treachery. Chocobo Kick would also be a solid option, especially with the Xenarchon. I just worry about our early creatures actually being able to use Chocobo Kick. So we will take the Vane's Treachery, which is just easier to cast. Now there is a Scorpion Sentinel. There is a Hecdize. There is GF Cerberus, though again, we don't have a ton of great cards to go with it. With 3 instants, 2 sorceries, double red, it's going to be tricky, probably. Eject is fine. Then we get blue-black land. I think that'll be better than the Crossroads Village. Absolute Virtue. That's a card to splash for sure. Definitely looking for that one. I wouldn't mind Dragoon's Wyvern. This is a heck of a late game card, though. Dragoon's Wyvern might have been better. Hard to say. Gosh. Cloud of Darkness, I think, is the pick. Though I would have loved to get Guado Solemn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Guado Solemn would have been so good in this deck. I will take World Map over this guy. Airship Crash could make the cut in some builds, but yeah, we'll take the map. Especially because map can go search up one of our really good lands in the late game. Now there's the Rings. Normally not a card I play, but I think it's good in this deck because I have so many expensive cards. We don't have any need for red mana. Oh my gosh. Ignis Scientia came around. Pick 8. Oh gosh, there's another Guado Solemn. But we need the Ignis. We'll play the Adventurers in over Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. Because we're going to cut our red town, so we want to make sure we have numbers still. Nice, we get a green-white town. I would like Scorpion Sentinel, but we need to make sure our town count is high enough. We can play Garnet. Sure, Eden. We don't want to play our red ones because they don't do anything for us. We did not get a Chocobo kick, but we have plenty of utility lands. We could play Renoa. So let's just cut our Baron, Gungaga, and Rabanastra. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 towns. That's fine. 1, 4, 7, 10, 16, 17. We'll play an 18th land in this deck, just for color reasons. We're very evenly split among the 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6 blue. 3, 4, 5, 6 green. 3, 4, 5, 6 black. Jeez Louise, this mana is rough. This deck is terrible. In terms of the mana, at least. Yeah, I could have drafted a much better deck in a different color. I'm definitely not adding a plains. Add a black mana. We're not going to play Garnet. Add a black mana, green mana, add a blue mana. 5, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 lands. We have a lot of mana sources, but our lands also really generally do stuff, so that's pretty reasonable. We'll play 19 lands and see what happens. This is going to be a weird deck to play. It could go very badly. I'll see you in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, if you've enjoyed all of the special guests I've been able to bring on, if you find my videos entertaining, educational, hopefully a combination of everything, Patreon is the way to give back to the channel, help me make more videos, and also gain access to cool bonus content that's going to help you in your drafts, like my card-by-card tier list and my format thoughts document. I put a lot of work into these, and I think they are really helpful resources for you. And you're also helping keep the channel thriving. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It makes a huge difference, and without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We'll keep this hand. No blue mana yet, but that's okay. We have what can only be described as kind of a nightmare deck. This is the sort of deck where red-white was so open that if this deck works out, I'll still feel like I messed up. But you play the games for a reason. Oh, sure. Get our little UFO down. So this can be used to get back. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. Okay. Just keep hitting our lands. They missed a land drop, it looks like. Or not. No, they're just fine. Okay. This is screaming Vayne's Treachery to me. Or not Vayne's Treachery, the Limit Break. That's okay. If they spend their whole turn spending a Limit Break to kill the UFO, I'm okay with that. Perfect. So I did not block Heck Dies. It seemed like what they wanted me to do. Now I can nab their last card with my Heck Dies. Beautiful. So now I can hold up both of these. I can use my UFO. Gosh darn it, opponent. Clever you. I think this is going pretty well. Bard's Bow, sure. That is going to be crazy. Crunch in, then we're going to try to eject their token. Sure. Beautiful. What a draw. Seven. Okay. This is a game we have to win, because we are in hugely favored positioning here. Gosh, them drawing a couple card draw spells down the stretch is not the best for me, but it's going to be okay. Okay. Attack them for 12, force them to basically spend their next turn equipping the Bard's Bow. And then I can world map to get Zinarchond. Maybe Absolute Virtue's better here. No! Okay. They're going to struggle to win this one. So these guy has to block both. Each of my flyers has to be blocked. They're going to block the Renoa. So I can afford to buff. I'm just going to buff the UFO. So they have to jump it. Yep, and then the little guys get through. Sir Conrad, sure, we got him. Boom. Let's go. Huge win. Every win with this deck is going to be a struggle, but it's going to be pretty satisfying if we can get some wins together. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this hand. It's a little sketch, but should be fine. We don't have blue mana yet. Or white mana. I think I'm going to use this to go get Zinarchond, though. Sure. They're also playing Adventurers in. That's rare. Okay. Ultros, sure. Farseek, okay. Oh no, okay. Just gonna buy myself time. My life total's still pretty big. Well, that's a problem. That is a huge problem. I'm probably going to lose this game unless I draw another Swamp here to kill the Gladiolus. Like, I assume they have a bounce spell or something here to kill me. Or even just a tap. Spell to tap my guy, yeah. This is going to be a very rough draft. Unfortunately, it comes into play tapped. Yikes. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, yeah, my mana is really bad, and my spells are kind of bad too, so it's tough. Yeah, let's see. Do I want to just add another land instead of the Lucy? Probably. I don't really have a good use for the colorless mana. We're playing so many lands in this deck. Yeah. Okay. This is going to be rough. Okay, see you next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. Bum, 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 bum. I will discard Summon Anima. If I could draw an island here to make this thing come down on curve, it'd be huge. That is tremendous. Okay, so I can get black mana. That's huge. I need black mana. I also need double green at some point, but I have this in Archon. I need to be able to cast Sephiroths. Okay. So I need another green mana. Okay, Thunder Magic, sure. Okay. Hopefully they don't have another cornered by black mages. Call the Mountain Chocobo, sure. Very beatable. I love seeing that. This protects me from another corner by black mages. This guy's dead now. Choco Comet, sure. Ninja blades, okay. Heck dies, sure. They have to wonder what I've got in my hand if that's the thing I'm discarding. Gosh, if only I'd been able to discard the heck dies. Weird little attack there. Boom. Sure. Come on. That's hilarious. Boom, we got the win. Yes. Oh gosh, if we can get to 4 wins with this deck, I'll feel like we achieved something. So two wins, halfway there. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this and hope. We just need an island. Have to play this, so if we draw our island, we can jam our guy. Island. No. Rats. Oh, we're toasted. We're so toasted. We have like 7 blue sources in the deck, so this hand was inherently sketchy. But our deck is inherently sketchy, so. Oh no, we're super dead. Oh no. Oh, pain! Oh, I hate this deck. It's so bad. Oh my gosh, we're just getting mono blued. Oh my gosh. I had like 3 draws to find a map or a island, and I did not. And now they have Syncopate up for sure. It resolves. Oh my gosh. This draft is heinously bad. There wasn't even a land in the top 2, which is especially bad. Getting wrecked. If they hadn't had Thief's Knife, I think I might have had a shot this game. Because they're just going to draw so many cards off that. Yeah, I'm just going to concede this game and go next. I actually think my deck is horrific, so winning 2 games is an achievement with this one. Oh my gosh. Let's look at our deck again. How many blue sources do I even have? I think I have 7. I have like 7 of all my main colors, and I'm playing 20 lands. So it's like 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is one of the worst mana bases I've ever played in my 5, 9, 13, 14, 15. 5, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I literally have 20 lands. How am I missing land drops? Half of my deck is lands. I don't understand. This is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. I'll see you next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. I realized I have literally 20 lands in my deck, and yet my colored sources are still horrific, so this is one of the worst decks I've ever drafted. And yet still, we managed to get 2 wins, so what does that say about my competition? Nothing good, I don't think. I literally have 20 lands in my deck. That is the most lands I've ever run, maybe. Sure, some of them are kind of like spells, but... And Xenarchon is kind of like a spell. But yeah, this is really not good. And I have double pipped cards in my colors, too. It's like, what the heck am I doing? Chocobo kick? No! If they Chocobo kick my Ignis and I play a second Ignis, I'll be pretty happy. Let's gain 2 life. No, let's get a swamp. We need a swamp for double black spells. Okay. Laughing Mad. Okay, their deck is not doing anything right now. And I'm just scaling up. I'm looking for my Absolute Virtue. Okay, that is a card I cannot deal with. Okay. This card is a problem. Okay, Absolute Virtue's gone. We're glad we're shuffling that guy back in. Let's go get Zinarkand. Diamond Weapon would be great here. UFO, okay. How is red-green killing a 9/9? That's the question. Okay. Crash. Okay, that's not great. Okay. Oh, that's a huge draw. We're going to get to 3 wins with this deck. We're in literal protect the queen mode. It can't even do damage to me. Yes! Oh, we got the 3 wins. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's crazy what you can do with 20 lands. This is a crazy deck. I'll see you next round. Welcome to another round. On the play, we're going to keep this. We don't have blue yet. We have 7 blue sources in the deck. If we draw one of those, this hand becomes great. We have 3 draws to hit one. So not the best odds, but not the worst either. And if we hit any land, which we probably will in our 20 land deck, then we can play Vanille on turn 4, which will probably hit us a blue source. Come on, blue. You suck, deck. The fact that you can't even hit me a land. I just need any land. Come on, please. I have 20 of them. 20. Oh my gosh. Am I really going to whiff on lands and lose this game? Like, not going to even test Vanille? Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. That was deceptively close. There's the blue. Oh my gosh, that was terrifying. I was terrified. Okay. Just trying to rush out a diamond weapon here. Get a blue-black land, I think. Okay. We're in this somehow. Maybe just jam a diamond weapon next turn. Evil Reawakened of Anil. They have so much mana. It's crazy. Okay. Easiest block ever. Four, five, six, seven. We'll find something to do with 4 more cards, won't we? Yes, we will. I got to 8. Okay, this is rough. I thought I would find a spell to cast this turn, not gonna lie. Okay, this is good for me. They are stacking their hand, but next turn I can play Diamond Weapon with Swallowed by Leviathan backup. Okay, they got rid of Sephiroth's intervention, so they have to have a kill spell here. So I play Diamond Weapon. Play tap land, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. New plan. Just trying to ramp out my Virtue plus the counterspell. Okay. Okay. That's not good. I guess I should have held up my counterspell. Not good. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure. I think they have Sephiroth's intervention here. I'm trying to bait it out. Beautiful. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 8, 11 for this, yeah. So I can go get back another permanent card. Yeah, we're going to activate this. I think Vanille would be a good choice. Counter unless they pay 9, right? Unless they pay 10. Did they really top deck a second removal spell? I'm holding up Sephiroth's intervention for all time to protect against any of their punch spells. Like a chocobo kick. It doesn't do anything. Boom! Yes! What a win! Oh my gosh, did you see how crazy that game was? Oh my gosh. We beat Summon Bahamut by just letting it happen. We could have had a counterspell up that turn, which is kind of painful, but we sat on this absolute virtue for so long and held up our counter magic so that we would end up in this situation where they weren't able to kill it and we could just win the game. We sat on this guy for a long time. We went through one airship crash. We went through 1 Sephiroth, 2 Sephiroth's interventions, the Summon Bahamut 2 chapters. Then we had the counterspell for the airship crash. Oh my gosh, what a victory! Let's go! Oh my gosh, that was something else, wasn't it? Spectacular. Oh my gosh, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Oh my gosh, I loved that. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. Our opponent has mulliganed, we're keeping. Once again, no blue mana in the opening hand. We have the Virtue though. And we've got the ability to cast Cloud of Darkness. There's blue mana, perfecto, mundo. We'll play it like this so we can Veins Treachery their 3-drop potentially, and then Swallowed by Leviathan a 4-drop. Okay, we cannot count. We can't do anything about that one. Sure. Gosh, this is going to be wild. What are they doing? They don't have anything to cast? Get out of here, Galacat. Do they just have all removal in hand? Like, what is happening? So we already have double green. We can get double black now. Perfect. Happy birthday, Mandarang. Welcome to the stream. We are drafting a 20 land plus Explorers map pile right now. And my opponent is cooperating and not doing anything on their turns. So that is great for us. Sure, we'll give them an opportunity to use their removal. We could also just hold up our Swallowed by Leviathan, but it's not going to be that good. So they were missing a color? Is that what it was? Okay. Graha Tia is going to have to die. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, so we might as well hold up our counter magic. This is just when their stuff dies, right? Yeah. I really don't mind that. We're hitting them for 7 a turn. It's a lot faster than they're hitting me. They only have 2. How do they only have 2 cards in hand? I guess they've played a lot of lands. They have 4 mana. We just have to surveil 1 away, right? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they can pay 5. So if we surveil both, then we can counter this successfully. Oh, wow. Their hand was horrific. Yes, we got to 5 wins! Oh my gosh! I can't believe it! This deck is insane! Not insane for the reasons it normally would be. Oh my gosh. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We have a great hand. It looks like a functional mana base in this hand. We've got a blue-green start. Oh, baby, tap land. Let's go. Oh, they've got the UFO. Nice, nice. Oh gosh, Twitch chat says they're having a hard time. You're having a hard time to set your piles of nonsense. Don't seem to be able to win. Well, this pile of nonsense is also kind of in that boat, I could say. Okay, they've spent a lot of cards in hand. We're ramping up. Here comes Ignis. So we can go Insomnia, right? White, black. We already have double blue. This will get us double black. And we need our white mana for this Virtue at some point. And next turn we can just jam Renoa. Okay. I feel like my deck has a really good late game. Sure. I think this is going to be fine. The UFO does not seem crazy in their deck at the moment. I could have also played Renoa heartily. Kind of want to just start double spelling though with like 3-drop. Okay, I might start having regrets here. Yeah, we'll play Renoa. We're all set to double block Ultimacia. Though I guess they can technically flip it. If they draw an untapped land. Sure. So Ultimacia can definitely flip with the cards in graveyard. It's more about quantity. That's one of the most insane attacks I've ever seen. That's an absolutely insane attack. I don't understand. Get another green mana. Take Stuck in Summoner Sanctum. We could have taken Renoa. Dang it. Yep, that's unfortunate. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I want to eject back my Vanille so I can get back my Absolute Virtue. Because there's only so many Sephiroth's interventions they can have in their deck. Let's get some card advantage in here. Go get Xenarchon. I could get the double white one to get back to artifacts or enchantments, but I don't have any good ones. Sure. UFO is all of a sudden a little bit of a threat. So UFO can hit me for 3 a turn now. Sure. I think Xenarchon's better than getting Eden. This thing's like a giant, like, have to use removal spell on a type creature. And when the Stuck in Summoner Sanctum dies, I can get that back with the Ishgard. No, I lost my Eden. That's a bummer. That is indeed a bummer. Not a great mill. Because I was going to be able to Ishgard back, world map, go get Eden. Artifact and or enchantment. So this is an enchantment. Okay. Permanents in their graveyard. Their deck only has 6 cards in it. That's pretty excellent. Hmm. And if they kill my diamond weapon somehow. Which, like, with a kill spell that they really wish they could save for the Absolute Virtue, I can Ishgard back the diamond weapon. Oh, that's how they're killing diamond weapon, of course, of course. They only have 5 cards left in their library. Okay, I'm definitely going to project my life total here. Sure. Yes! Oh, what a win! They didn't even know about the Ishgard. Oh my gosh, what a victory! Holy heck, this deck is about to win a trophy, maybe? I was so doubtful. It seemed so bad. It is so bad. What are we doing? Oh my gosh! We have like 21 lands! This deck is sick! Let's go, Absolute Virtue! Oh my gosh, I can't believe this deck has actually got 6 wins. Oh my gosh, see you next round. Welcome to the final round. This is truly one of the craziest decks I've ever gotten to 6 wins with. Oh my gosh. Once again, lacking blue mana, and once again, into the breach. Yes, the blue mana! Huge. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. I don't like this start from them, though. That could actually be pretty relevant, the 2 life. Oh my gosh. Eject. So they're playing blue-white. I'm looking for a second green to be able to slam this Cloud of Darkness on curve. Or Renoa. Actually, I don't need second green for Renoa. I just need to go this, into this, into this, and I can play Renoa. And Cloud of Darkness can come later. Our platinum foe shall not know what they face. Okay. Magitech coming in. Maybe? Yeah, okay. Yep. If I could find a spell to play this turn, it would be huge. That's a huge spell. That's a huge, huge spell. Okay. I know it means that I won't be able to play Renoa unless I find a forest. But I think it's worth it. I can eject the White Mage's Staff token. And then I can side quest Hunt the Mark something. I guess I shouldn't have let them gain this extra life. If I draw a forest here, I'm in such good shape. Sephiroth's is totally fine here as well. Gives me the treasure that I need to cast Cloud of Darkness. At this point, I can't really use Cloud of Darkness that effectively. They don't have another Magitech infantry is crazy. It's so good for me. I guess 3 is a pretty solid number, but... Okay. I'll jump. My graveyard only has 2 cards in it, so if they cast something expensive, I won't be able to counter it with Swallowed. So I can counter unless they pay 4. Yeah, that's not good enough. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gosh, I botched my treasure usage, I think. This thing is full retail right now. I don't have I guess one less. I'm losing some life here, which is not great. I suspect they have some kill spells, maybe. So they can... Gosh. Yep. No, we fell. Wait. Titus is the worst possible card for us to see here because it can get past our guy. Ugh. Gosh, that was not useful at all. We can't even use this map to go gain 2 life. Oh my gosh, no. Gosh darn it. Oh, we were so close to the trophy. Yep. Oh man, we were so close. The Cloud of Darkness killed the thing. Gosh. What a crazy final game. If I had just if I'd been able to stall one of the white aura sites, or if my graveyard had had slightly more stuff in it for my Swallowed by Leviathan, like they just got way too much mana into play for me to use my Swallowed by Leviathan. If I had been able to flip this guy, that wouldn't have saved me, I don't think. I could have flipped it if I had played my untapped land one of those turns. Basically, the 20 lands came back to haunt me because I just drew too many lands, and my Swallowed by Leviathan wasn't able to get going. I think I had to play Summon Anima. That's not a question. Diamond Weapon would have been... Oh, gosh. It was so close. It was so close. I think I played this pretty well. I needed my flyer to survive. And then Titus is just the worst possible. Like, if they'd had any other creature that didn't tap, then I could have had my Diamond Weapon protect me. Oh well. I mean, I had some things go my way that round as well, so. Crazy draft to go 6-3. That deck was not good. That was a bad deck. But we managed to outplay our poor drafting, and everything worked out. And yeah, 6-3, pretty solid record for this deck. The mana was not great. But it was a good effort. And if you made it to the end, leave hashtag WOW in the comment section down below, because I am stunned that this managed to get 6 wins. I hope you enjoyed it. There was some crazy games. The Absolute Virtue was great. I wish we'd been able to get the trophy. We were so close, but unfortunately, Titus got the win in the end. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time.